This latte trend has been on social media for some time now, and I'm really late in doing my version of it, but it's all right. We'll just create it now. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer, and I'm just going to prime my eyelids. Alright, so for this latte kind of look, we need all the browns. I've been loving using the bronzer as my crease shade for basically every makeup look, or just on its own it looks really nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of that bronzer and I'm going to start building my crease, as you'd see here. This has to be with a really light hand because we do not want so much of product in one go that we are not able to blend it later. I think I'll have to do a voiceover after this because my daughter is playing in the background and she's really enjoying the Sunday today. Okay, so starting with my e.l.f. Bite Size palette, I'm taking this lightest shade and I'm putting that all over my eyelid as a base color. And I'm also making sure that it's merging well with the bronzer that we put so that it creates a nice gradient. Now taking this Swiss Beauty palette and taking this darkest brownish kind of shade, and I'm focusing this color only on the outer third of my eye and not bringing it too much inside my eye because I do not want the lightness inside the eye to go away. So basically you want the eye to look lightest in the corners, like the inner corners, and then darkest in the outer corner. I took this Maybelline eyeshadow palette, but I was not happy with the color payoff, so I went back to one of the very old palettes that I had and taking this bronzy, browny, coffee kind of shade and putting it all over the eyelid as well. Now going back to the same Swiss Beauty palette and taking that brown color, I'm intensifying the outer corner just a tad bit. Taking this Urban Decay All Nighter Concealer, I'm putting this on my under eye. So this is pretty close match to my skin tone, and I'm using this to conceal any dark spots and acne marks and also the dark circles. This will also help to cancel out any grayness or any darkness before we put our highlighting shade. But here I'm just taking the blending sponge and I'm making sure that that concealer is well blended. If you're looking for a tinted moisturizer, I cannot recommend this enough. This is by far the best tinted moisturizer that I have tried. It actually fails a lot of foundations out there and it gives you such a nice natural look that I just cannot get over it. This time I'm using a kabuki kind of brush just to see how it performs, and it performs decently well. Because we are doing a dark eye, it's really important to highlight the under eye so that you do not look like you've been punched in the eye. So I'm taking a lighter concealer shade and I'm making sure that I'm highlighting a tad bit. This concealer is pretty good, but I feel that it creases on my under eye. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my fixing spray and putting it on the sponge, spraying it on the sponge, and then going ahead and setting the under eye. I'm gonna try this and I'll let you know how this works with this concealer in particular. But with this kind of application, at least it blended really well. I totally forgot to moisturize my lips, so I'm using my Paw Paw lip balm. And because this concealer creases in my under eye, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna also loosely bake my under eye. And whatever is left on the sponge, I'll set rest of my face. Taking the same bronzer, I'm gonna make sure that I have a good layer of that bronzer on my entire parameters of the outer parameters of the face, like cheekbones, like jawline, like forehead. And I'm using a little heavier hand for this particular look because it's all about the bronziness and it's all about the brownness. And then I realized I forgot to contour, which was really important for this look. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this L'Oreal concealer. I'll leave the shade below in the info box, but I'm using this concealer to contour and it works so well for my skin tone. And here I'm just using it on top of the bronzer. Do not worry, it'll still blend really well because we did our skin prep pretty well. With a circular and upward motion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend this. It's important to blend it upward so that it does not come to the rest of your face and your face does not look muddy or, a different skin tone altogether. Taking that same bronzing shade, and I'm also going to put this on my lower lash line. I'm taking the same deep brown shade from the Swiss Beauty palette and I'm making sure that I draw a, eyeliner on my upper lash line, and this will only help to merge the lashes that we are going to put next. Before the lashes, I'm going to use this mascara by Too Faced. It's called Better Than Sex Mascara. Sorry, mom. But here I am just taking the glue and eyelash glue, and I'm putting it directly on my eyelids because that helps the falsies to stick better. Now that after 30 seconds the lash glue is tacky and sticky, I'm placing my eyelashes that I bought from Amazon. And then what I decided to do was to just cover that lash band with a black eyeliner, and this liquid eyeliner pen is from NYX. With this pen you can really control the width and broadness of your eyeliner actually. I didn't want a blush that would take away the bronziness from my face, so I'm using this Makeup Revolution liquid blush and using it ever so slightly. Because it's a liquid blush, it will help my highlighter also to pop really well, which we'll put later. Now I'm just taking off that lip balm and making sure that my lips are nicely moisturized. First of all, I'm taking this nude lip liner and I'm making sure that I have a good outline on my lips and also filling my lips slightly. Then I'm taking a darker lip shade, which is almost like a mocha latte kind of color, and outlining my lips ever so slightly. Time for a little bit of glow, so I'm using this powder highlighter on top, but I'm making sure that I'm using a very light hand. I wanted a little something extra, so I took this liquid glitter from Swiss Beauty and I'm putting it only in the inner corners. That'll give a more awake look. I was still not happy with my lip color, so I went with this Bobbi Brown lipstick in Ruby, I think. I'll leave it in the info box, and I dabbed it a little bit on my lips as well. Setting my face with the setting spray and I'm all good to go. Thank you so much for watching my version of the latte look. I hope you liked it. I'd look for your comments in the comment box. If you've not subscribed, please do so, and I'll post very soon again. Thank you. Bye-bye.